Hey, today we're going to take a look at the original Leatherman super tool. This was, I believe, the third tool that Leatherman put out, maybe the fourth. I think it went the Pocket Survival tool, the PSD2 mini tool, and then this one, or something of the order. Um, so it was the mid to late '90s when they first came out with this, and basically they took the very svelte and thin and light PST, the original Leatherman tool, and beefed it up. Added additional tool layers, and really started, you know, it, you know, kept going with their iconic line. Um, and in its vein, it's a, I mean, while it's a large, let's say large size multi tool to 4.5 inch rough frame, and it's got some heft to it. It doesn't by no means large compared to a Surge or Super Tool 300 or a Gerber center drive or anything of that sort. Um, it's one nice thing about it. It's super rounded on the outside, nice rounded edges, really nothing sharp. So if you got one of the implements taken out, for instance, a knife here, it does lock, unlike the original PSD. So you can see there. Um, it's comfortable to use. I mean, maybe just at the very back edge here, and even that's rounded off nicely. Maybe that digs into your hand a little bit. One of the biggest downsides, in my opinion, is the locking mechanism. Well, it's nice to have a locking mechanism. And a tool like this, where it's inside tools that open out, even if there was no locking mechanism, you're holding it. At best, the tool can fold down on itself there. So while it's nice having a locking mechanism, problem is you got to take a whole another tool out just to lift this locking tab up so you can get that first tool down. Obviously, the pliers are bigger than on PSD, and they're nice size. I've had some cases where the new Surge and Super Tool 300 pliers are almost too big to get into some spaces. So it's a nice, I don't know if you call it a modified needle nose. It's kind of in between the needle nose and a standard plier. Your general do-all plier that's not great at anything, but handy to have in a pinch. Good wire cutters, the old school where they were built into the tool. So I have heard people damaging them where they get nicks in them and then it causes the pliers to stick close or not close all the way. That can be ground out, but I've never had any issues with it. Does include, it's hard to see in here, a crimping area. And as far as the inside tools, you got your saw, small flat, three-dimensional Phillips, a bottle opener with the V-cutter wire stripper in there. I don't know if you can see it in there. Serrated blade with a drop point serrated blade, which is kind of neat to see. Really gives you that fine point on serrated, which has plus and minuses. If you already have a drop point blade in the other blade, though, I guess it does make more sense to do what they've done. More recent versions where you got more of a sheep foot style blade. On the other side, you got a plain edge blade, hollow ground, dual side, which some of the smaller tools you get chisel ground, which I'm just not a huge fan of. You got an awl, a couple more flatheads, and a three-sided file. Not diamond, but at the time, I don't know who introduced first diamond file on a multi-tool. I just don't have that info, unfortunately. But yeah, kind of your standard Leatherman tool set. It's working the pliers. It's okay if you really got to bear down on something there. You're gonna feel it in your hands. These edges are kind of thin, thin. They're not sharp, but they're thin, and they dig into your hands. And it's one thing they did improve on with the Super Tool 200 as well as the 300, where they roll the frame edges over so it's a little bit thicker. Fortunately, that adds quite a bit of thickness to the tool. Unfortunately, I don't have a 300 handy to show you that difference, so you just have to take my word for it. Rulers on the outside, which is one thing that they start to drop on their multi-tools, which is, you have the space, throw it in there. I mean, it might not be super useful, but I know I've pulled it out trying to get a screw length at the hardware store or things like that, where it's just like, I just need a halfway decent measurement on something. But yeah, it's a tool that, I think is more of a collector's piece at this point. If you really want them, I mean, if you got one, use it. Don't abuse it, but put it to work. But its predecessors, I think, definitely are worth upgrading to if you're going to be carrying something daily and really using it. Taking this one out on special occasions. Will it stay in my collection? Probably not. It's I don't know. I'm just trying to thin things down, and the thinness using the pliers that really bites into your hands. A lot. I mean, I'm good. The majority of my task with my multi-tool is plier based, and if that's not working for me well, then fortunately it's probably gonna have to go. It's just that you bear down at all, it really digs into your hand, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a very well made tool. Honestly, I think quality wise, craftsmanship wise, I think these earlier tools from Leatherman are a step above the some of their current offerings, from what I've seen. But yeah, I'll probably throw this one up on Blade Binge. So go check out my store there, as well as anything else I'm trying to get rid of. But yeah, thanks for your time. Have a good one.